century breaks made as a barometer, then you'll make young Bingtao favourite. He's made 6 centuries.
It's been sort of first bowl hundreds. Not very impressive.
Yeah, 2 1-3-8s and a 1-2-8.
He's got a chance at this red, but he's going to have to screw to the reds or hope for a bit of luck, I think. He's got a cannon on the table. That's lovely, that is. You're never quite sure how it's going to fall when he's landed absolutely perfect. Might play on the 2 reds right at the black spot now. No.
Work ethic, definitely not. The way he goes about building breaks sometimes doesn't follow the playbook, and on occasion
He's got to just drop this in and then cross the next bridge when he gets to it. Just make sure it's his shot next. 80. This looks perfect. Just kept going. That looks so good. Halfway there, he'd have been in a good position to score more. And the way he's been scoring today, I'd expect to clear the table, I think. Yeah, Bingtao. That was on.
really good attempt. At least he's got an effective cue ball. Not so Gould, who caught that one far too thick.
There's a good chance for a red, so but he could try and play on the black, or he could probably just get the white in the middle of the table, play for a bit of check side and get on the blue, or maybe pink. He played on the black, but that was always a bit risky there. Like, probably could have got his white up the table and then has to play safe again. Yeah, Bingtao. Might be a shot to nothing on here. I think that's what Martin's looking. Go for this red, find that gap, try and get a bit of safety. Martin's really good at these. Not today. Usually it is anyway.
So a third chance for a player who so far today has been needing, in a lot of frames, just a single chance. One. certainly holds sway when it comes to their head-to-head series, Yan Bingtao. He leads Martin Gould 5-1, and many of their encounters have been important late on in tournament meetings. Gould's solitary victory so far, 5-4 in the quarter-final of the European Masters in 2020, an event he went on to reach the final. More recently,
50.
Yan beat Gould 10-6 in the first round of last year's World Championship, making a couple of centuries. And even more recently than that, just a month ago,
60.
he beat Gould 4-0 in the last 16 of the World Grand Prix. When they met in the group phase here today, it was an academic match in the sense that they both knew they qualified for the playoffs. Nevertheless, Yan played superbly, breaks of 77 and 138 to win 3-0. So everything suggests that Martin Gould is up against it.
Red on the right goes. He's just having a look there. So if it don't go, he's got a good angle to try and develop some. I think it goes, so I think he just play on it. Yeah, no need to take the risk.
Well, last night he was 2-0 up on Matt Seltwer's Yan Bingtao. Lost his concentration. Was beaten 3-2. Apart from that, he's been superb.
42.
And the form, it appears, is carrying on into the match that matters most.
Yeah, every time I watch him, he just seems to become more self-assured, more confident in himself, believing in what he's doing. Even when it goes wrong, he's just still fully behind what he's trying to do, not doubting himself. Again, we don't know what's going on between his ears, but it just comes across like that, and I think the way he's playing, he must be feeling good.
He's got a very busy spell coming up He is playing in the shootout. He's drawn Mark Joyce in the first round. And he's also qualified for the German Masters and the European Masters.
50.
Actually, in the first round of the German Masters over in Berlin, he plays Dave Gilbert. That's a cracking contest in the last 32.
60. 61. 67. 69. 'I always feel like I've got to get these balls potted when I'm in this position because I feel like everybody's waiting for the frame to finish. But yeah, and just keeps on plodding on, potting the balls. Not a care in the world, not interested in anything else, but just potting the balls in front of him. Completely focused on what he's doing.
Yeah, he's very much his own man. Does things his way. He's discovered that that's an effective way of going about things. Very effective.
81. Yeah, and it takes a certain character to be able to just believe in yourself and do what you want to do. You know, some people would probably look around and I've got to do it like this and that, but he just says, this is my way and I'm going to play like that. And this is a red that will suit Martin Gould's eye. Hope he does better than the last time I backed him to pot it. Yep. 1. So now he's got a good chance of a counter. Try and put that one last frame behind him. 2 reds above the black. And then a quick look at them. Need to get on them soon. That's a good shot. I've got a chance to pop both of them, I think. You take the top one. No, I think the bottom one goes, so. Fine. It's a little bit low on that red. I don't know whether he's played that to be able to swap him into the reds. Maybe develop them. I think he's just pulling through, so he's going to have to move the reds at some point. They're not a bad pack to go into from the blue. So let's see if the red goes in the middle. But he's running out of red, so he needs to get a good angle soon. Probably going to him now. He's gonna maybe err on the left hand side as we looked at for the pink, so they can't run away. That's what he's done. Look, he's played that really well. He's been absolutely cursed. He's played that really well. He's just been unlucky. I think. 26.
Well, the only positive about that is that at least he's got a red to play for next. Can you imagine if he's got a colour to play for? That's an impossibility. And in the end, he did have a red on anyway.
27. Yeah, that is a funny position. I thought he'd had a nightmare there, but it's not too bad as it happens. It's bad luck and good luck. But he's still, he's not, he might have to play a cannon here. Maybe not the bread over the hole. He's played a good shot there. He's played the cannon to run through and get the table out in the middle of the table, so played that really well. 34.
What a great recovery that was. Knew the ball was in the pocket almost immediately. And look at the angle on the blue. As far as countering what Jan did in the first frame, this is top notch.
46. Yes, good response. Could have wilted, but especially after where he missed the red. That long win in the first frame, but he's knocked a good one in, and now he's 47. Got a great chance to win the frame. Been a bit lucky when he played the cannon off the blue and landed the red in the top corner. That could have gone wrong, but he's 54. He's got the chance of the red, and now he's in this position.
In an ideal world, we would like to have liberated that red away from the pink entirely. Just took stock there, checked the scoreline, and it makes favourable reading because if he pots the black, he's 70 ahead with 67 on. Oh, can you believe it?
It's funny how different players go about things. I just straight away when you played on the red on the side, I would have just straight away thought just play the cannon on the 4 reds with that red waiting there if you don't land on one, and then it all opens up. But you went a different way and just missed that black.
What? I'll tell you what, I was saying that Gould wanted to free up the red and the pink. Now he's pleased he didn't free it up. Had he done so, everything would have been there.
I think if Jan can get on the pink though, he can probably pop the pink and play on the red next. Puts the white where the 2 reds together, the one on the right, puts it somewhere there, he might be able to pop the pink. Remove it. If he can, he won't see it that much of a problem. Might play pink now though.
Yeah, when it comes to things like that, he's a waiter, isn't he? He's a natural waiter. He waits. Pots what's there.
Yeah, it's just it's fascinating how different players go about things. My philosophy is just if I get a chance to try and get them open, I'll get them open. But you have to pick them up. I've changed out the years. I used to try and pick them up more. The table that's just got so skiddy, I thought I'd just get them open, you know. Both pros and cons to both. I don't think he can do it because I think he'd have played it by now, getting on that pink, stunning that red in there.
Well, if this goes right, obviously potting the black, but more essentially, the positional aspect, if this goes right, 2-0 is beckoning.
He's played on it, I think. Yeah, he might go. He just skimmed it. I think that probably helped him. Now he's got a great chance. And the way he's been playing, I don't fancy missing at all.
What a crippling blow this would be for that man Martin Gould. Remember, made 63, missed frame ball black. He's only 21, Jan, 22 next month. But he knows full well that these frames almost count double.
A few puzzles to solve in this break. It's just same pace, walking on the table, plodding around to the next ball, gets down, a couple of prods, knocks it in. It's just brilliant, really. 47.
Easy to get excited when you're playing snooker, and a chance like this shows itself. But he restrains himself.
That's what the best of the best can do. They don't get too excited, they don't get too down. They're like psychopaths, they don't feel anything, they're just playing the game. And obviously, Jan's got that quality, it's amazing.
Well, regardless of how well he's played all day, that kind of pot can always go astray, and when you take the risk, you have to take the consequences.
Just created a little problem for Martin. The red that he cannon's gone near the black, so he's got to think about moving that red that's near the black now if he's going to use the black. To pop first, so he's not going to have to rush down there. Options. That's pretty good, I think. 12. If he lands low on this black, he can then go into the pack, screw off the pack, and land on the red that's out next to the black if he wants. He's 2-0 down, but he didn't play too bad the last frame, really. to get into the red, but he's missed the red.
And to make matters worse, it was one of those that went down the side cushion and for a moment gave Gould a glimmer of hope that it might go in as a fluke, but it stayed over the pocket.
The red he's left, he can probably move a few reds for this, so... Oh, he missed. He's cut, he's not a machine.
Absolutely not. That was really unexpected. I think he fell victim to the age-old stumbling block there of concentrating on position more than the pot.
Yeah, I think he played it with just a little bit of left-hand side. And that probably turn the red over. But he just missed. He missed, so Gould back at the table. A good chance now.
Now that looked clumsy. The reason he was overshooting on the red, he wanted to be on, because he caught it a little too thin, the yellow, even though it went in.
Yeah, he can't keep playing on the blue, but it's very easy to just go a bit too far, not far enough, and then you're fighting again for position, so you'll want to get down to the black when you can. It's just a lot more easy to keep a tight white then. Look at the best of the best. The white don't seem to travel very far. It's all close control around the black spot. But he's got an eye on the blue there. That's a really good shot.
Martin Gould occupied 5th place in Group 5. That was his entry point to the tournament. So did just about enough to be involved in this one. Can he get the ultimate result?
39.
There's something about the Championship League and Martin Gould that agree with each other. He's done so well in this event in the past. As I said before, his name's engraved on the trophy twice, and he lost in the winners' group final on another occasion to Judd Trump. Only Trump, who's a 3-time winner of this event, has pulled up more trees in the tournament.
48.
Jan's missed a couple of balls in this frame, one of them at short range. And who knows, he might come to regret it.
Yeah, as well as he's playing, little shots like that can come and haunt you, especially in the shorter formats. You know, he's only, Martin's only two away from winning at the end of the day, so he might
Yeah, good point. There's no feeling of security in a best of 5.
61. 61, I'm afraid. There's a red, I think you can drop in the middle near the pink, but he's leaving an easy chance if he misses it. But yeah, this is what I mean, you can try and pot this. And it goes, yep. 1.
It really was a good pot into a very narrow target. That said, though, it should never have been left.
Yeah, he's a bit careless really from Martin to leave him that. It's a shot to nothing, there's no pressure on it. And the way Jan's playing, you don't want to take the pressure off him. I feel like Martin Pippa got a bit impatient, thinking we're not having a re-rack, and just had to play a shot.
Just languid around the table, purposeful, an even tempo. He's one of those players, Michael, that when he's in the balls and he's playing well,
20.
he's surrounded by an aura of inevitability. You know, far more often than not, he's going to make plenty. That's certainly been the case over the last couple of days. Although that one, you won't be happy with.
Yeah, I don't know whether he was trying to give himself an angle there. I was going to call when he's going to the pack, but I've made like 2 or 3 calls this match and he's made me look daft, so I was scared. But I don't know what he can play on now. He's pretty straight on the black. Maybe red in the middle. Same walk around the table. What am I going to play next? Red in the middle, I think. He could play on the blue here and they've got a good angle to go. Try and go into the pack if he wants. Or the green.
You know, that's definitely a shot that fits his eye. He's potted several balls of that ilk to that same pocket already in this group. When I say several, it's because I don't know the exact number. It's that many.
Well, he's perfect to go into him, but I don't know whether he will. I'm not sure. I don't know what to think. He's going to play on the red, yeah. And then pot in this red, opens up another red. Needs to go into him soon. The blue's on the spot, so he can probably play up on the blue if he wants, but it's not a great pack to go in from the black. He could play on the red low and skid off and up for the blue on the next red. That's another option.
definitely a recurring trait, his reluctance to go into the bunch until the last possible moment. Does it time and time again.
Yeah, he's got to hit this really well. Got a perfect angle, to be fair. Down up there, what running off the cannon. You can easily skid off him if you don't quite him full. He's got one in the middle, that means perfect, but it could have gone wrong, I thought, but what do I know? 50.
Well, that little nudge could be the beginning of the end for Mr. Martin Gould. But hold the back page. Made a complete hash of that.
63. He's got a decision to make here. He'll really, if that red goes in the middle, to think it does, the bottom one, he'll want to go for it so much because he knows it's virtually match ball. So he'd have to have a fight with himself, do a total medicine, put a ball safe, or he'll just go for it full-blooded.
Surely safety is the order of the day. Surely.
How many players would just go for it though? They just get this in, that's it. Yeah, Bingtao, 63 showed good composure there. Put him safe.
Yes, just took time to assess the situation for his disappointment to ease a little. So often you see that shot played where players are a little slapdash because they're still suffering from disappointment.
I think what might have made him go for it is because he couldn't put him in a lot of trouble. He couldn't put Martin in a lot of trouble. If it was a really simple safety shot, he would have played it, but he knew the shot he was playing. He was leaving a plan for Martin. Now obviously Martin's played a good safety shot, I think, that they can get that red, but a lot of times you can find yourself in that position where all of a sudden you're in trouble when you had a chance to a pot that you fancy getting to win the match, so it's a bit of a decision to make.
Well, first of all, he's going to make up his mind about what shot he wants to take on. Secondly, he's going to make up his mind about what shot is available. Oh, there was room past the yellow. And what a great shot to nothing to knock in.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times today that I've watched him. Like, he got down, looked away as if it don't go, and then got down and knocked it in.
Yes, he did that in the early frames of this group. Knocked a red in, sweet as a nut, after looking as though he was mightily disappointed it wouldn't go, and that was at the black end of the table. here, Martin Gould in all kinds of trouble. 64 behind in a really nasty snooker, knowing full well if he doesn't make contact with the reds, he will need a snooker himself.
In Jan's position though, if Martin decides to do the hit and hope, you just close your eyes and hope you don't hear the red go. 1. Not today.
Tell you what, Michael, you're battle scarred, aren't you? You are battle scarred. I think that was a miscue. Sounded very, very tinny off the tip. And now Gould is 68 behind. If this red goes in, it's all over bar the shouting.
Yeah, I still feel second favourite when I'm in Jan's position there.
In it goes. You know, sometimes in these groups, and it's a fact of life in the Championship League, sometimes the overall best player in a group doesn't come out on top. But Jan Bingtao certainly has. Over the last couple of days here, he's been head and shoulders above anyone else.
8.
And still being circumspect.
8. Very much.
He had no need to be. Martin Gould concedes. Jan Bingtao is the winner.